Five Nights at Freddy's is one of the largest video game franchises to ever exist. From Twitter to YouTube to Reddit, you can find people everywhere talking about Freddy and the gang. However, there's one new social media platform that FNAF has appeared on, and, well, it hasn't gone so well. That platform is none other than TikTok. Now, if you don't know what TikTok is, go back to bed, Grandpa. It's been one of the most influential apps in the past 5 years, and it's been a major game changer in the FNAF space. People don't have to make fully edited 10-minute FNAF theories because now they can share their thoughts in under 60 seconds. Which should be a great thing, right? Oh, viewer, you're gonna want to watch this video because the world of FNAF TikTok is more than anyone could have ever imagined. Now, one of the largest ongoing battles on the internet is content creators versus copyright enforcement. For so long, creators have had their content copyright claimed falsely by people abusing the system. But on TikTok, there isn't really any real enforcement of copyright. Actually, if you were scrolling on TikTok, there's a high chance you will see content that was posted by someone who didn't make the video you were watching. And this is no exception when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's content. As a matter of fact, the first search for FNAF Theory content on TikTok brought me to an account by the name of Simply Lore. Being an absolute noob, I thought I had found some TikTok FNAF theorist who was going to enlighten me with some wonderful Faz knowledge. I mean, their account has over 100,000 followers, so they must be doing something right. Let's watch it.
Who is FNAF's Into the Pit's Rayvani? Well, with the announcement of the brand new FNAF Into the Pit game, that brings me to ask the question.
That's strange. I could have sworn that voice was familiar. Oh wait, it's none other than one of the largest FNAF Shorts creators, Gavin I'm just gonna say Gavin. Maybe this person credited Gavin and they have his permission. Well, they don't credit him anywhere in the video. Maybe Gavin just doesn't post on TikTok. Nope, Gavin actually does have his own TikTok account with over 1 million followers. Okay, so maybe it's just one stolen video. Well, it took me less than a second to find another video made by Gavin, and once again, no credit is given. In one of these uncredited videos they used from Gavin got around 1.6 million views, so this account seems to be a massive Gavin superfan. Or are there any other videos that are stolen? Of course, because once again, taking less than a millisecond, I found another TikTok that was rating the scariest FNAF merch ever made. This time, the video was stolen from another FNAF YouTube channel by the name of Puggo's Pizzeria. Now, I have to give some credit to this channel because some of their videos seem original and they used AI voices to make them. However, these videos don't get as many views because they don't have the same content brain strategy behind them. The reason why Gavin and other Shorts creators get so many views is because they have tons of experience in making eye-catching content. Simply Lore isn't the only one. There are lots of channels who just blatantly repost content for views and profit off of the work of others. However, I can already hear some of you asking, why don't they get in trouble? Well, the primary reason is that TikTok has horrible copyright enforcement and it can be extremely difficult for creators to get this stuff taken down. Meanwhile, the secondary reason is a little bit more interesting. With algorithms trying to curate the perfect content for viewers, it can be clueless as to whether the content it is showing is stolen or not. If you watched a copied video from a channel, the algorithm would think you like the content from that specific channel. So now you're going to have that content appear consistently in your feed, but you won't know that it's stolen content. The reason why this is important is because it's usually fans of content creators that act as copyright enforcement. If you're a Sandwichly subscriber, you may find it weird when someone starts taking my content and posting it without crediting me. You may leave a comment, report it to YouTube, or you will comment during one of my live streams and notify me of it. But with how scroll-happy TikTok is, stolen content can fly under the radar. And sadly, this is a large part of the FNAF TikTok world. Lots of videos being posted by people who didn't make the video. They just saw it, downloaded it, and reposted it. However, the stolen content is just one part of the TikTok space. The most mentally taxing and excruciating content that is posted is the FNAF theories. FNAF theories change based on what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, you may find very long, essay-like theories where the creator is not only trying to educate you on their point of view, but also entertain you in the meantime. In contrast, places like Twitter and Reddit may have these theories that seem more rushed and thrown together. This is normally because the person just thought of the idea and dropped everything they were doing to put it together. An example is this tweet I posted. I was in a sociology class and the thought had just hit me. So, I opened Twitter, typed what was on my mind, and then immediately pressed tweet. Compare that to the 4 or 5 theory videos that I have scrapped because I had more time to think about what I was making. Now, if you had to guess, where would TikTok lean more toward? I imagine most of you said Twitter and Reddit. The reason being that short-form content can be as short as 5 seconds and as long as 60 seconds. Thus, the barrier to entry is extremely low. Anyone can throw a PNG on a screen and use their voice or a text-to-speech bot. Well, just using these resources, people have been able to create some of the most wild and insane FNAF theories I have ever seen. Now, it would be extremely rude of me to just throw you into the deep end of TikTok FNAF theories. It would be like throwing a baby into a swimming pool. I have to teach you how to swim and survive amongst the chaos first. So for this portion, we're gonna have to have a level for how dangerous and awful a TikTok theory is. The first level is called Security Breach, because while it's painful, it's not the worst. The second level is FNAF 2, because it's stupid and painful. The worst level is, of course, FNAF AR. Not only because it's excruciatingly painful, because it also doxes you in the meantime, because why not? Now let's watch this FNAF movie TikTok. Also, the audio for this video will be muted because it contains copyrighted audio. Alright, off the bat talking about Golden Freddy and Freddy within the movie. This theory has promise. I mean, the spirit within Golden Freddy is the most prominent of them all within the FNAF movie. This kid somewhat acts as the leader of the other children. So, let's hear this TikTok out. Okay, first, the grammar in this video is off, but don't worry, from what I can tell about this account, English is not their first language. So, we don't judge here, but what we do judge is the quality of the theory, and already that quality is starting to deteriorate. First and foremost, Evan Afton being the name of the crying child is still a pretty loose theory. Now, I understand calling the crying child Evan is more convenient. Attributing a name to a character who is crucial to the franchise is something any fan would want, but the name people have given hasn't been proven entirely yet. Also, the second theory concerning Golden Freddy and the two spirits is interesting. According to FNAF logic, the reason Golden Freddy is in this limp state is due to it being an original Springlock suit that could be worn by both humans and endoskeletons. Golden Freddy doesn't have an endoskeleton within it, which is why it has that iconic pose. Also, how would anyone stand if they had two people inside of them? Just go back to the video. Now this is where the video may have some merit. This kid does have a hair color similar to Vanessa's, but once again, there's a massive hole in this theory. Within the original FNAF games, Elizabeth Afton always had a hair color that was different from her two brothers. So this one remains to be proven in a FNAF movie sequel, which is why I'm going to give this theory a grade of Security Breach. The theory definitely has its problems and errors, but in the end, I saw the effort and attempt from this TikTok creator. Now let's watch a FNAF theory that talks about the games.
Gregory from Security Breach is a robot, and not just a random robot, but a robot version of Michael Afton. Let me explain.
Wow, the old Gregory's a robot theory already. That was fast. Okay, so everyone has their own opinions and takes on this theory. So let's not get too angry already. Just wait and be patient.
So we know that Michael was the victim of the bite of 83. He then later dies from his injuries.
Okay, what makes this funny is that Michael Afton is literally right there. Michael is the one wearing the Foxy mask and is closest to the infamous bite of 83. Man, this TikTok has already played with Gregory being a robot, but to then state that Michael Afton is the crying child is definitely out there. This guy was playing with fire earlier, but now he's a full-on pyromaniac. But it gets even better.
This might seem crazy, but the same happens in the Five Nights at Freddy's book series. In the book, Henry, which is one of the founding owners of the pizzeria, has his daughter, Charlie, killed by William Afton. In his grief, Henry decides to build 4 robot versions of Charlie. The first one is a baby, then a child, followed by a teenager, and finally, a woman. So this might be what happened to Michael Afton in the games.
Now this doesn't make any sense. If Gregory is a younger version of Michael, why is he still roaming around? Shouldn't this robot version be decommissioned like the Charlie robots were? Either way, this theory video is very deserving of a code FNAF 2. The theory completely jumps the hurdles of FNAF logic, and if I think on it anymore, my brain may cease to function. Now, I did find a bunch of FNAF TikToks that were deserving of the dreadful FNAF AR tier. However, I'm not that evil of a person, and I feel like you've gotten the point. FNAF theories on TikTok can be insane, and the reason why is similar to Reddit and Twitter. People can quickly throw their ideas and theories out there without any real research, and as long as they do so in a confident manner, they could convince a lot of people. Just looking at the TikToks I showed earlier, these people presented their theories and the information backing it as if it was factual. Long-form videos like the ones made by Game Theory and FNAF have to present their theories and evidence over the course of 8 to 12 minutes. They can't make the same logical leaps and assumptions that some of these TikToks do. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying to be hostile and mad at anyone who posts FNAF theories on TikTok. I'm just saying to be more aware of the information that these theories build themselves on. And if you won't listen to me, listen to one of the largest FNAF theory creators, Rytoast, who explains it on their podcast.
As a social experiment, make up some bat crazy theory, post it to TikTok, and see what happens. Because it seems like you can just say something, and if you say it's a fact, people just believe it on TikTok.